Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, come in again today. You're very, very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on Johnny Rivers. Through his song, Poor Side of Town, we looked at the life of wealth versus the life of values. So I trust you found that one interesting. We're going from there to 1983 in El Dorado, Arkansas. But the family moved to Lubbock, Texas, and it was there that he, around about the age of 7, he developed an interest in music. Piano lessons morphed into guitar and drums, and because he was from a Christian family, this guy thought, well, actually, thank you for this gift of God. I want to give it back to you and bring my own light to the world, and so that's what he did. In 2010, out came the self-titled album, and we've got to the song Before the Morning. Now, this is the official clip of that one below. Josh, apart from his incredible songwriting, his ability just to be able to cut through to what's really, really important, he's got a really, really good singing voice, and his guitar playing is very, very good as well. Before the Morning, it's all about, where are you, God? Where are you? Where, you look up at the ceiling and think, hey, God, I thought you meant to be here when, things are going bad. Where are you? There might be a bit of fist shaking and a bit of swearing as well. Where is God? What a great question that one is. But as I think for myself, I've discovered actually God is really, really close to the stories which are hard ones, the broken-hearted stories. And we think, is life, when life's all together, is that when we learn this stuff? Well, no, we don't. We learn it when life is hard. As long as we learn the lessons that we need to learn, there's no point going through a hard time if you can't learn the lessons you need to learn. And so we've got an official clip of that one below. 2011, out came the album See You. Now, there's a couple of really, at this point, Josh was actually in Nashville, Tennessee. A couple of really, really good songs on this one. We've got Fall Apart. We've got a live version of that one. Again, when life isn't going really, really well, and Josh kind of quotes here that life's actually really, really bad. Life is not good at all. And fall apart, well, we might have fallen apart. We might be in little bits and pieces on the ground. And we're not thinking, when we're thinking there's no way in the world we're ever going to come back from this thing. Again, this is where we learn what we need to learn about ourselves. And when we do come back, if we come back, we're stronger somehow. So fall apart, it's really good to be able to talk about, the stuff that happens when life isn't so good. Thinking about stuff that didn't happen so good though, we had some storms in Nashville. And Nashville was it didn't look so good after these storms. Josh is looking around the community, looking at the churches in particular, think nobody's doing anything. Nobody's helping anyone. No one's picking up anyone. We're just leaving everyone to do it to themselves. And Josh said, nah, not going to happen. I refuse to do that. I'm going to do everything I can to actually make a difference in what was pretty tragic situations. I Refuse is a great song. I love the keyboard part at the start. I love the lyrics. I love the vocal. Everything is just so really upbeat and incredibly uplifting about it. But what's even more about that is the conviction that's behind it. Hey, I'm just not going to sit around and get someone else to do it when I can do it myself. How often do we walk past someone and think, oh, we'll leave it to someone else to do that? It was quite funny. I was driving yesterday and looked on the side of the road, and there was a motorbike, and there was a guy on the ground. Now, the motorbike wasn't on the ground. It was actually standing up, but there was a guy on the ground next to it. Now, there's a decision you need to make at this point. In fact, we decided, hey, hang on a minute. So we turned around, went around, and asked him how he was. And sure enough, he was just having a bit of a sleep on the side of the road, literally on the side of the road. Now, and he had his pillow and he had everything sort of going. He was okay, but he may not have been. There was another driver who sort of looked at me, and I said, yeah, I'll do it. So he kind of drove off. But you know what? I refuse. Sometimes we need to turn around, do a U-E, and go back and have another look. Now, U-turn can be very philosophical, and that is like, hey, I saw that thing, I need to go back and do something about it. I can keep walking, but no, there's just something about me that needs to go back and help. I think the best thing we can do is, be there. Don't walk past things. Obviously, if it's unsafe and dangerous, yes, but if it's someone legitimately in trouble, well, why wouldn't we want to help? There's a story, speaking about the Bible, there's a story in the Bible of the Good Samaritan. This is the story of a guy who went on a trip and he got beaten up by robbers and left on the side of the road. A couple of do-gooders actually went past him and refused to help. In fact, one guy actually walked on the other side of the road to escape him. But a guy that was hated. So the guy that was beaten up was a Jew. The guy that stopped to help was a Samaritan. Those two hated each other big time. So it was a massive thing for the Samaritan to do that. He put him on his donkey, as it was back then, took him to a hotel and said, hey, you look after him. I'm still going to go on my business trip and I'm going to, and if you need any more money for looking after him, I'll pay you when I get back. Now, the guy didn't go, to put church speak here for a second, there wasn't a mission trip looking for people on the side of the road to rescue. No, there wasn't. There was no pre-meeting beforehand. There was no planning. This guy was going on a trip, saw somebody, stopped and helped. I think that's what it's all about, I reckon. We don't plan to see things, but we do from time to time. We've got to make a decision. What are we going to do about it? Well, in Josh Wilson's case, I'm refusing to walk by. So I think the challenge for all of us, and including myself, I think I do try to do that. I don't always do it. I am human after all. But, if we can help someone, we will, won't we? And I think, I refuse to something quite convicting about that particular statement. So it's good to reflect on our interactions with life when life is not going so well. So I've got a official clip of I Refuse, live clip of Fall Apart from the See You album. There was also cited online 2010. He was in an airport, and there was planes were delayed, and he ended up actually pulling out his guitar and singing "Hey Jude" to the crowd, and particularly that video went viral. So he thought, why not? I'll just pull out and do my little bit to make life just a bit easier. In 2012, he was actually Christian Artist Songwriter of the Year. That was the American Publishing Association. So pretty good award, that one. And so Josh has just done what he's done. In fact, between 2008 and 2015, 5 studio albums, 1 live album, 6 EPs, actually 1 compilation album, I should say, 6 EPs, 17 singles. And so in his own small way, Josh has kind of brought his own brand of music, own form of light, and own form of hope to the world. So it's good to be able to give this guy a bit of a go today. So the links to those 3 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Johnny Rivers. So if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if this is your first time, the Life Reflections for Music, thanks for hanging around. Or this is your first time, great to see everybody here. Well, next time we're going to get on to Jimmy Webb. Now, Jimmy wrote that song, Someone Left the Cake Out in the Rain. We're going to look at MacArthur Park next time. It's kind of one of a song that's quite unique in many ways. But we might as well look at the guy who wrote that song. And another song by Toto, Home the Brave, which is a pretty amazing song as well. So that's where we're going next time. We get people's thoughts come to our head and we just got to follow them through. So until next time, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.